Right, here we go then. Now fishing a session down the Weybread Bottle pit. Couldn't have picked a worse week for it really. We're going to have frost, temperatures no higher than about 5 degrees. No one on the lake, got the lake to myself. Got one of the favoured pegs, fishing at 14.5 wraps. Using 18mm bottom baits with a white topper. Very good lake. Lots of big uns. Let's hope for the best. Catch you on in a bit. Well, good morning. Not a lot to show for last night. Just had a few beeps on either rod. As expected, got really cold during the night. I have taken a few photos of the ground frost that we had last night. Lovely sunrise this morning. Saw a few fish show just before dark. During the night didn't really hear a great deal. Plan of action today is leave the rods out for the day, probably put a bit of bait out just before it gets dark again, as the fish normally feed in here during the hours of darkness. Hopefully we don't get all the snow and stuff that's expected. I'm all right that warm, as you can see. I'll cover sort of rigs, bait and stuff a bit later on. Cheers guys. Right, so things are a little quiet on the lake at the moment. Just been keeping an eye on the water and not a great deal going on. To be honest with you, not much shows in here in the day anyway, well not this time of year. Normally jumping around kind of at dusk and into the dark. Just thought I'd show you one or two other swims on this lake. I'm now going to pan this round and then show you the bench swim. Well, here's the bench swim for obvious reasons. There is a bench. This one is kind of the last swim on the club bank. There's a little smaller lake behind us. This one's very good in the summer. Generally, if you can see, if you can catch that, the water in here is really clear. This swim is really good. There's normally a weed bed generally around here in the summer, right up to the surface, and generally people catch fish just off the end of it. And a good little spot also is down, you can't really see it, but if you in the part of the lake just in there, there's a shallow bit in there, really clear. Fish come in there when it gets warm, but they can see absolutely everything. Yeah, a real nice swim in the summer. The only issue is these swims that are kind of in this area here, people who cast out here, then if someone fishing here, they come across you. So if they're about 10 wraps out there, and if you're fishing about the same distance there, you're crossing over one another. You do get a lot of that in here because people don't bother asking where you're going to fishing, which is a shame really. Right, here is the other end of this of the bank, generally in the shallows. So in the corner there, that's a swim called the Rat Hole. Not a great lot of people, sorry, fishing that corner. Come across there, and then around this area here, we've got the 2 jetty pegs. Now in front of these swims, very shallow in front here, then it shelves off. A lot of the fish tend to go over here when it spawns. If you go a bit further along that same bank, all the way along this bank here, there's basically high banks up here and steps going down to the swim, called the suicide bank really. There's only one swim along there where you can get your bivvy down, which is called the steps. However, if you do bivvy up down there, the carp tend to know you're there. Very good close in, but you have to bivvy up at the top. Again, a bit of a shame, but so you can catch them right under your rod tips. So generally in this area, this is the shallow area of the lake, and then we sort of pan round pretty much to where I am, towards the middle here. This is obviously in the middle there, that's the general sort of deeper areas where they tend to be in the winter, although it is kind of 20 foot, kind of halfway up the bank on the far side that you can see in the picture there, and it tends to shallow up the further you go right at the far end. Good morning from the banks of Antarctica. Absolutely freezing last night. Glad to wake up with a cup of coffee, to be honest. Only the one beep last night. Was a few fish showing. Again, afternoon. Funny enough, when I did reel in my rods to rebait them last night, as soon as I moved them, guess what happened? One actually bossed on the spot. Bit annoyed about that, but there we are, one of those things. Just done the same thing last night, cast them out the same wraps, spread a bit of bait between the 2 zones, and that is about it. I did say I was going to touch on bait, rigs and stuff yesterday, but by the time I'd kind of eaten, didn't really get a lot of time to sort that out, so hopefully I'll do that today. I'm kind of whether in 2 minds whether to go this afternoon or not, get everything dried out. I'll put some pictures in this video of how bad it was. I mean, the ground is white, -3 last night, so not exactly the warmest, but thankful with my new sleep system, the National Indulgence MF60, brilliant bit of kit. And a big shout out to Tony, who lent me his vapor peak for the Fox Frontier. You're an absolute legend. Speak to you guys later. Right, well, it's mid-morning now. I did a one-liner on this particular rod. Haven't really seen any shows. I've been sitting there on my chair just looking out of the water, not really seeing a great deal. So I said I'll cover what I'm kind of doing rig-wise. So at the top end, if you like, I use the Finken Anglers lead-free leader. Got about 2 foot of that. Then running on to that, I like to be different to everyone else. I tend to use running rigs. Everyone seems to be on helicopters. Lead clips seems to be the standard thing. So I use a running rig, but the way I do it is I use the Corda chod safe. So if I snap off or get cut off, whatever, that will just pull off, and the lead will obviously come off as well. That will then stop the fish from trailing the lead. Down to that, got a 3-ounce lead on there with the Fox ring. And on the business end, I've got Carp Mechanics Reaper hook, size 6. I've just joined their team. On the end of that, I've got a wafter on there. This is the pink mist version, but Lee done them for me in white, so I've got the pink ones as well. Yeah, that's about it. And then all I'll do on that, just add one of those little PVA mesh bag, cast out, and hopefully it does the business. If I get any more or got any more information, I'll be back to you shortly. Cheers. Good morning. Now Friday. Also been in there for 3 nights. Probably the worst weather, like I said in the last clip. Yesterday morning, the weather has not been on my side. This lake is hard enough as it is at the best of times, and I come when it's sort of 1-2 degrees and minus at night time. Not ideal. Not even a beep last night, unfortunately. Didn't hear any crashes or rolls or anything. Did have a chap turn up behind me. He done the night. Don't think he had anything either. Heard him spotting a bit of bait out there last night. Absolutely nothing. So not ideal. 3-night blank again. That means I've had 1 fish now in 8 nights, which is a 21-pound common. Obviously we can't make them feed. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Obviously I am new to this, so this is my second video. I'll try and make them better as I go along. Yeah, if I catch anything between now and when I leave, obviously there'll be some footage of that. If not, I'll do another video next time I'm out. Cheers. Blankety blank. Well, that's a wrap then, guys. Now packed up, as you can see, all in the car ready to go. Nothing to show on this trip, but there's always next time. Big shout out to Lee at Midtown Baits, supplying me with the baits or customising it for me. Appreciate it very much. Also a big shout out to Tony, who lent me his Vapor Peak for the bivvy. Without that, I think I'd have been in a bit of trouble this week, as it was absolutely Baltic. Anyway, please like and subscribe. As I said before, I'll try and make these videos a bit better. This is my second attempt. If you've got any comments or any suggestions on how to make it better, please put any comments below, and I'll try and reply to as many as possible. See you soon, guys.